everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today this look was inspired by bridal makeup. I initially started doing my makeup thinking of a warm bridal look, but it ended up being a little bit more vampy according to my husband. So as you watch the video, you'll be able to see that I do a lot more detail as if I was going to do bridal makeup. That's because that's what I had in my head when I started, and then it kind of got to being more of like a warm fall look. So anyway, this is kind of a large range of places that you could wear this. The eye is nice and neutral. Just pair the lip with a little bit lighter, like a lighter lip gloss or something, and you can really wear this anywhere. I'm sorry I haven't had one in a long time again, and that's because I've been on vacation for the past week and a half, and since getting back doing like 12-hour days, so literally having like zero time to do anything. But yes, I'm back. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. It certainly makes your teeth look really white too. That's not a bad thing. Alright, so we're going to start off priming our skin with the Shine Killer from NYX, and then before we do any foundation, I'm using this Boo Boo cover-up just for my nose because I have a lot of freckles, so I like to cover it up a little bit more. Then we're going to start in with foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match in the color, I think it's N1, and I'm putting that where I would put a highlight, so my cheekbones, my chin, and my forehead. And I'm going to rub that in real fast with a Real Techniques brush before adding the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the color 102, I believe it is. So after I recover from poking myself in the eye, I'm just going to quickly run over this with the same brush and then use my concealer, which is again a True Match concealer, and I'm going to just dab it in with my finger first before buffing it out with a beauty blender. So I'm adding this little piece here on my jawline just to automatically start my contour before adding the True Match in the color N6 as my actual contour color. I've been using this with an angled foundation. I think this is actually a concealer brush from Real Techniques, but I've been putting this on because it's just a wonderful shade for my skin tone right now. It's really warm. It's probably a little bit too warm for me, but I just use this nice Real Techniques brush to put it in the hollows of my cheeks and around my forehead and my jawline as usual. And I'm not too worried that this color is a little bit warm for me just because I'm going to put a powder color over it anyway. So even though it is a little bit too orange, too warm for my skin tone, it'll be just fine after I get all the layers on. So to start in with my highlight and contour, I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is the light color, I guess, the light colored kit, and I'm taking the middle shade, which is the banana shade, and I'm going to go over my highlight with that shade with a tapered brush from e.l.f., doing that on my cheekbones, my chin, and my forehead, just to make sure that highlight stays and doesn't crease. Then I'm taking an angled brush, I think it's by Lexi, that's the name of that brush, and I'm going to mix the two shades to the right and the middle shade, and I'm going to go over my contour, and this is going to bring that contour shade a little bit more down to a cooler tone rather than that really warm tone that I used before. So I'm just going to cut out my jaw, the hollows of my cheeks, around my forehead, and using a clean, big, fluffy brush, I'm going to make sure everything is blended together so there's no harsh lines. For blush, I'm going to use this Model Co color in Peach Bellini. It's a beautiful shade, it has some shimmer in it, and I'm going to take this small fluffy brush from Revlon and just pat that onto the apples of my cheeks and back towards my ear to make a nice warm glow. And I couldn't help it, it was so nice, so I was heavy-handed, so now I'm going back over with that same big fluffy brush to blend in together. And also to help out with this, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. So I'm taking one of my favorite highlighters, this is the Lou-manizer from the Balm. I'm going to take a small fluffy brush from Creme and do my highlight. And just because I was a little heavy-handed earlier, I'm taking some more banana powder and just smoothing out the edges of the blush to make sure everything blends nice and smoothly. Starting in with the eyeshadow, I'm using my favorite Peach Smoothie from Geek, and just with a fluffy brush from e.l.f., I'm going to add that to the entire eyelid. Then right after I do the Peach Smoothie, I'm going to add another dimension, another Geek eyeshadow called Creme Brulee, and I'm going to do the same thing except kind of keeping to the crease more so than the entire lid, using the exact same brush that I used before. And to add yet another layer of dimension, I'm taking this bronzer actually from Tarte, and I'm using the same brush again and focusing just on the crease to add just another level of dimension. So I went ahead and did my brows off camera. I just used the same NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Brunette as always. So we're going to move on to the rest of the eyeshadow, and taking the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Brushes palette, I'm going to use that top eyeshadow to place right on the center of the lid to make it pop out a little bit more. Then following that, I'm going to take this beautiful burgundy brownish shade, and with a crease brush from Real Techniques, I'm going to add that primarily to the crease to create a nice soft smoky eye. And then with any old fluffy clean brush, I'm going to smooth out all the harsh lines. For this look, I'm also going to connect the bottom and top lash line with using the same burgundy shade from before. Then with the very top left shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to use that as my brow bone highlight. And finally, I'm taking the far right-hand corner eyeshadow and using that just to pop on again to the center of the lid. I have absolutely been loving this eyeliner pen that I got in my Ipsy bag, and so I'm using this as my eyeliner, and I did the rest of the eyeliner off camera as well, as you can see here. You've seen me do eyeliner and winged eyeliner before, so I figured I wouldn't waste too much time. My husband likes to get in my shot. Anyway, let's move on to mascara. I'm using the Falsies Volume Express from Maybelline, but I am not putting a huge coating on just because I have the remnants of my eyelash extensions still on, so you can really tell how thin they're getting, so let's just move on to some lips.
It's not like this compulsive need. Doesn't turn off. It won't turn on.
God, it's so loud.
Battery off.
You just pull it.
Golly.
Okay, crisis averted. My husband likes to burn things when he makes dinner, so I'm just gonna move quickly through the lips. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip color in Heathers, and you really only need about one pump before this stuff really starts going on nice and dark, so I love it because it stays all day. And with that, we're going to add from Gerard Cosmetics this lip color called Cherry Cordial. It's really similar to the color Heathers, so I just like to put it on top to bring gosh, it just won't leave. Just to make everything look completely together. So there is the final look once I get all the extra lipstick off my teeth. And that's it. That is the final warm fall makeup look for you today. Feel free to pair this with a lighter lipstick if you're going to some place that's not quite as dramatic as a night out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon.